In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what we call the Realist Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. One of the things that hinders our growth as an individual, as a person, I am guilty, and a vast majority of guilty is guilty. Humanity itself is guilty. And that is, we have a problem with admission, confession of our mistakes. At the same time, many of us will acknowledge, I'm not perfect. Human beings is not perfect. Some of you say that the only perfect human being was Jesus Christ, and to my knowledge, Jesus Christ never confessed to being perfect or making mistakes. In religion, we put the prophets of Allah, the prophets of Yahweh, the prophets of God on this pedestal. But even in divinity, there is no perfection. And the prophets of God are found wanting, making mistakes. Moses became so filled up with himself that he believed, or he began to believe, that the power was actually coming from him instead of God. A mistake, because you're dealing with a jealous God. I want all the credit. I ain't giving you nothing. You're my servant. That's the scriptures. I'm not giving you nothing. It's all mine. Being a jealous God is a sign of imperfection. A sign of one who is capable of making a mistake. Why would you be jealous? You are jealous because you suffer from some type of imperfection. So God actually, somewhere in the scriptures, I don't know exactly how it goes or where you can find it, but I know I see on social media the meme where God actually said that making human beings was a mistake. In fact, I would even say, I remember hearing that God wasn't pleased about the creation itself. So, if God clearly is imperfect and make mistakes and errors and wish to do things differently, even in the teachings, God decided to destroy the earth with water so he can start all over again. Why? Because apparently you made a mistake. So you want to start all over again? I'm going to destroy all this with water. Fire next time. What you mean fire next time? Because clearly you are capable of making a mistake. And you know it's going to happen because remember, the God is all-knowing. I, God, is the best knower. Allah, is the best of planners. I already know everything is screwed up. So fire next time. So the believers are waiting on this war of Armageddon because clearly somebody made a mistake. Somebody is suffering from imperfection, and Allah, the God, already got it planned out what I'm going to do. I'm going to raise blood until it reaches a horse's bridle. Because I made a mistake. I got to erase this again. I made a mistake. If you already know and don't do anything about it, is it because you can't or you didn't know it was going to go that way? The God in the Bible and the Quran clearly are fashioned after men. If the men and women, human beings, we are the children of God, then we carry on the traits of God. And if we are capable of making mistakes, then God, him or herself or itself, is capable of imperfection, making mistakes. That's why I'm going to destroy the world so I can start all over again because I made a mistake. And the problem is you make excuses for God making a mistake. And you make excuses for yourself for making mistakes, making an error. We find it shameful because we put on this persona that we're some type of perfect and we know it all. And you can't live up to it. But if you say I'm capable of making a mistake, I'm in error, it's not so bad. We learn from our mistakes. Hopefully we learn the lesson and we move on and we become better after making a mistake. It's like if you're working on a house and you're using a hammer. Nobody in their right mind wants nobody in their right mind purposely wants to take a hammer and bang it against your thumb and your fingers. Nobody in their right mind. So it's called I made a mistake. I had an accident. Because I'm not perfect, it happened. But once you go through that pain and you notice, okay, I need to hold the hammer a different way because I don't want that to happen again. We learn from our mistakes. It makes us better. So hopefully we don't do that again. I'm guilty. Most of us are guilty. We don't want to say I'm wrong. I don't want to say I'm in error. Especially when it comes to God. Because God taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. God taught Jesus. I'm reading the book written by God. And God is perfect. But the problem is these books didn't come from God. These books did not come from a perfect being. They came from man, and man is capable of mistakes and error. And outright lies. Not only can he make a mistake or be in error, he will tell you an outright lie for his benefit. I'm going to lie to you so I can get your money. I'm going to lie to you so I can get sex from you. I'm going to lie to you so I can steal your house. I'm going to lie to you so I can control you. I'm going to lie to you. Not only am I making a mistake, I'm a liar. We have a problem with confessing and accepting it is what it is. So in America and all over the earth, the human beings have constant problems because nobody want to admit to their incompetence. Nobody want to admit to their mistake. They want to hold on to the lie. They want to hold on to the mistake. But then turn around and talk about, I'm not a perfect human being. Of course you're not a perfect human being because you won't admit and confess to your mistakes. So you don't become a better human being. You become a lesser human being. You actually enter the attribute of what we call devil. There's nothing wrong with saying, I made a mistake. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm wrong. But we huff and we puff, and we want to put on this persona like, I know it all, but you don't. You want to huff and puff and pretend like you know it all, and you don't. You want to pretend like you can't be wrong. That's a lie. Nobody is perfect. Everybody is capable of wrong except the divine. That's a lie. Even the scriptures. The Quran and the Bible don't support perfection. When you read about all the prophets and all the divine men, they made mistakes. They were wrong. That's why in the Quran, that's why the Muslims ask Allah in their prayer, oh Allah, guide me on the right path. Why do you ask God to help you maintain the right path? You ask Allah, you ask God to help you stay on the right path because you could be wrong. You could be wrong and don't even know it. So since God knows, you ask somebody who knows, keep me on the right path because I could be wrong. I could be making a mistake. And since God uses whom he pleases, how do you know somebody coming to you to show you the right path and you reject them because you don't like what they say, how they said it? But you ask Allah, and Allah never says how I'm going to show you the right path. You will only accept correction in the manner that you believe it should come to you. That's a mistake. I don't like police officers. So I'm not going to take his advice, her advice, how to cross the street. I only listen to my mama and my daddy. But your mom and daddy don't know the correct way and have not taught you the correct way how to cross the street. So you end up getting hit by a car. You end up getting a jaywalking ticket. I don't listen to police officers. But the police officer is showing you the correct way. The police officer is putting you on the right path. This is where we make our mistakes. And if God uses whom he pleases, the police officer clearly is not Allah, is not God, but Allah, God, uses the police officer to put you on the right path. Because if God loves us, God would not want us to get hit by a car. God would not even want us to suffer a traffic ticket. So see, we make a mistake. an era when God was only trying to put you on the right path that you claim. When we understand our fault, when we understand our imperfection, our capacity to make mistakes, our capacity to be wrong, and we realize that and correct that, we become better human beings. You should not be embarrassed because I was wrong. You should be happy that you found your error and now I can correct that. So we wonder why we as human beings, it looks like we have advanced, but we really, technically, as far as technology is concerned, we're making leaps and bounds, and one day they might really go to the moon or to Mars. But as human beings, we falter. We're pitiful. We're pitiful human beings. Considering the great intelligence of the human being, we're doing real poor. How do you solve your problem? I'm going to pull out a gun. How do you solve your problem? I'm going to pull out a knife. How do you solve your problem? I'm going to expose Angel Snub Nub 7. I'm going to expose so-and-so. I'm going to slander. I'm going to gossip. These are human beings. This is the sad level that you are on a lower level, as they say, of the beast in the field. You have the nerve to call people savages, and there's nobody more savage than you. Go Friday, there you are, shaking your backside, getting drunk, smoking your weed. The intelligent on the planet. We smarter than the animals. There's no bear that got caught driving drunk. There's no squirrel that you find overdosed on crack cocaine. You don't see this in animals, but here you are, the intelligent one. You don't know how to talk to nobody. You can't have a civil conversation. You get mad at all of that because you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You really don't know what you believe. You're just running your damn mouth. And so like little children, even the adults, let me drop a bomb on Gaza. Let me drop a bomb in Ukraine. Let me kill. Let me smash. Hulk smash. Hulk destroy. And the Incredible Hulk is a mindless beast, just acting on emotion. Hulk smash. Hulk, because I'm mad and upset, and I'm angry. And the angrier Hulk gets, the stronger he gets to destroy. That's you and me, the human being. And everything around the Hulk, the birds and the bees and the ants and the trees, subject to destruction. The poor animals don't have nowhere to live. Tear up, destroy. Greedy, selfish. Ain't nothing wrong with me. That's the attitude that we have. Ain't nothing wrong with me. There's always something wrong with the other person. Everything I do is right. And then you use your God to justify your foul behavior. If only we confess our sin as the scriptures teach you, you and I will become better human beings.